So what South Africa really, really needs right now is real transformation. Not this fake nonsense, superficial version of transformation that you hear coming, spewing out of these ANC leaders' mouths all the time. We need transformation. It's their version of it, not real transformation, because there's always an agenda. There's always a reasoning behind it. There's always something for them, for the top 100 families, as we've heard before in this country of ours, and not you and me, the general public. I don't think that anyone has really tried this real transformation, fleshing that out, what this country actually needs. So let's look at this and unpack this a little bit. Firstly, here's something. The ANC today is in a real crisis. You think? Real crisis. Why? Even their own veterans, even their own people, even their own ex-ministers are saying it. Now, Lady Pandor, she said, we've lost our glory. Let's not pretend otherwise. You think? Oscar Mabuyane, we are fighting for the soul of the ANC. Inside the party, the morale, for all accounts, is plummeting. Outside the party, the confidence in the ANC is slowly evaporating. Good thing, in my opinion. The party is facing severe financial woes. Think about this. They can't even pay their own staff members. They can't pay their own staff members. Their suppliers are suing them to get money out of them. I saw a video clip this morning of Luthuli House in Johannesburg. The squalor and the people lying on cardboard boxes, under cardboard boxes and newspapers outside Luthuli House, the headquarters of the ANC in South Africa. At the polls, the more recent polls are showing around a 30% support for the ANC, down from 10 years ago. Where were they sitting? 60%, double 10 years ago. 56% down, kaput. Our economy isn't helping matters either. Our economy's been crawling at 1%, under 1%, for 13 years. Unlucky for some, 1%. Our domestic investment rate is at a dismal 15% of our GDP, of our gross domestic product. 15%, our investment rate, far below the world average, which is sitting at around 26%. This means, in real terms, less factories, fewer roads, fewer jobs, the consequences of a low growth rate. 8 million South African people currently unemployed. 8 million. It's obvious, to me at least, low growth rate, high unemployment. Without investment, people die, countries die, economies tank. That's not transformation, ANC. That's stagnation. That's going backwards. If it goes negative, that's going backwards. That's a disaster in anyone's book. The ANC once had an authority. They once had a legitimacy. And these things are visibly fading away into oblivion. So much so that should, I'm not sure if and when this would happen, but should they occasionally make the right decision about something, no one's going to believe them. Crying wolf. Why? The ANC, for many people, has become a toxic brand. Toxic. Discussions about its potential collapse are no longer just whispered in hushed tones. They're open conversations across this nation of ours in many quarters, and keep it going. That's a good thing. The next major step, I think, for the ANC is going to be this local government election that's happening late next year, early 27. There's like a 3-month window period that they're going to decide when it's going to happen. And for them, the ANC right now, the stakes couldn't be higher. Consider this, just Gauteng alone. If the ANC loses Gauteng, you've got a quarter of the South African population sitting in this province of ours, with, a third of its economy. If they lose that, toast, it's done, it's over. That would be political death for the ANC. So, all you guys, like me, they live in Gauteng, find your voice, take a stance. We've got to stop these cretins from getting any seats in this province of ours. It's time, because if Gauteng goes away from the ANC, man, have we got some major victory on our hands here. What do the ANC got to do? They've got to either change or they're going to break. Simple as that. Change or break. To change means they've got to abandon some of these holy cows, these sacred cows that they've long held onto. Think of cadre deployment. Think of race-based policies. Think of state interference. Think of obsession, their obsession with control. Control everything. Only if they reject those things, and many more, can real transformation for the ANC even begin to build its legitimacy and authority that it once thought it had. But if it fails to adapt, it's dead. And the voters are poised to break this ANC. Me and you, and the many millions of people that live in Gauteng and elsewhere, but just Gauteng, the powerhouse of Gauteng. Projections are that around 2029 to 34 in that area, that time frame, the ANC support could plummet to less than 10%. For the rest of us, here's the little twist, I suppose. Business owners, people out there that are paying our way and paying our taxes and keeping the lights on for this economy, there could be some good news. If this ANC fails, our economy will begin to breathe again. Confidence will return and the political landscape might change and start to stabilize. And this could pave the way for that real transformation that we absolutely need. One that's driven by growth, one that's driven by job opportunities, and not this outdated ANC ideology that they have. We've got to be careful though, I think, perhaps that this collapsing ANC can still be dangerous right now. As they're collapsing, we might see, as we have already, changes in race-based legislation, for example. And yes, guess what? Whilst we were sleeping, some weeks ago, months ago, more race-based policies against businesses, affirmative action against businesses. You go and do some reading about what the proposed changes are for small business, medium businesses in this country of ours now. They want tighter regulations. They want more radical political posturing. And they may even consider alliances with the EFF and the MK. God forbid. They're going to cling onto power as best they can with desperation in these dying throes as the animal starts to ruck and pluck. It could spark and spike more corruption with these cadres that are being deployed to secure whatever they can before the lights go out for them. So what can we do, guys and girls? What can we do? We can speak up for real transformation. A vision where GDP rises, where job creation happens, unemployment lines get shorter, and families start to thrive, especially in those areas of our economy that are impoverished, where change is absolutely needed, where BEE was supposed to make a change and never did. We've got to reject this false narrative. We've got to reject this false transformation crap that these guys are spewing out. They're just ticking boxes that are ultimately weakening our country. Tick it before you kick it, Mr. ANC. Your time is up. If you're in a business, small, medium, large, doesn't matter, it's time to acknowledge that we need some transformation. Start taking a stance against these policies, this BEE nonsense that is harming both your company and the economy of South Africa as a whole. Go out and declare it publicly. Go and find a soapbox. Go and stand on your soapbox and push for policies that build and not break. Because as I read somewhere recently or heard somewhere recently, our first, second and third priority in this country has got to be economic growth. That's the real transformation that South Africa needs. So in closing, thank you once again for watching the Grey Matters podcast. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment with your thoughts and other topics that you might like to see. We'll be back next time with more insights on this good old country of ours and the issues that are currently shaping our nation. We need change. Until then, keep the conversations going. God bless you all. Have an awesome